Now I will explain you the concept called as velocity of approach, which is normally used in the computation of discharge over notches and vias. Here, to understand the concept, I will consider a rectangular channel. So the channel width is LC, channel depth is HC. So LC is width of channel, HC is depth of channel. In this channel, a rectangular notch is fitted like this. So the rectangular notch width is L and head over the notch is capital H. So actually this is the area of flow. L into H is the area of flow in the notch. Now here what happens, whenever a notch is fitted in a channel, the dimensions of the channel and the dimensions of the notch, they are different. In such a case, you have to consider what is called as the velocity of approach. So here AC is the cross-sectional area of flow in the channel, or you can take it as area of channel. Then velocity of approach, VA, is given by discharge divided by area of the channel. That means this discharge we have to take without considering the velocity of approach. We have to calculate the discharge, of course, using the formula which I have derived earlier in the last video. AC is nothing but here LC into HC, area of the channel. So once you get the value of VA, we are going to calculate one head loss which is called as head due to velocity of approach, which is nothing but VA square by 2G. So this is the expression for calculating HA. Now considering the velocity of approach, the discharge equation in a rectangular channel is modified like this. So earlier in the last class I had derived the equation without considering the velocity of approach. So here, if you consider the velocity of approach, the equation becomes 2 by 3 CD L root 2G into H plus HA to the power 4 to the power 3 by 2 minus HA to the power of 3 by 2. Here, the difference between this and without considering velocity of approach is that here instead of this entire thing, you will be having only one term, that is H to the power of 3 by 2. So that is without considering velocity of approach. Now sometimes they may ask you to find out the discharge by considering the end contractions. First you have to understand what you mean by end contraction. So in this case what happens, water will be flowing in the channel in the beginning, then when it enters the notch, there will be a contraction. There will be a contraction because the width of the notch is less than the width of the channel. In such a case, the water enters like this from the channel towards the notch. So there will be two end contractions here. Contraction will be there at the ends of the channel or at the boundaries of the channel in these two sides, and it enters the notch in this direction. Therefore, if you have two numbers of end contractions, this equation of discharge equation of rectangular notch considering end contraction, it becomes 2 by 3 CD into L minus 0.2 H root 2 the H to the power of 3. But of course, I have not considered the velocity of approach here. If I consider the velocity of approach, the same equation can be written as this term, H to the power of 3 by 2 term becomes H plus HA to the power of 3 by 2 minus HA to the power of 3 by 2. So this is what is the difference. Now there are different cases here. So in the first case, without considering the velocity of approach and without considering the end contractions, the equation is 2 by 3 CD L root 2G H to the power of 3 by 2. That's all. Next, by considering only velocity of approach without considering the end contraction, this is the equation. Okay. Next, if you consider only end contraction without considering velocity of approach, then this is the equation H to the power of 3 by 2. Then lastly, if you consider both velocity of approach as well as end contractions, then it will be 2 by 3 CD into L minus 0.2 H into this one. Whatever I have written here. So by considering both end contraction and velocity of approach, that is a general case. So this is the equation we have to use. So this is how that velocity approach concept has come into picture, and end contraction concept has come into picture. Now let us have a problem considering the velocity of approach, how we can calculate the discharge over a rectangular notch. So the problem runs like this. Water is flowing in a rectangular channel 1 meter wide and 0.75 meter deep. That means these are the channel dimensions. LC is 1 meter, HC is 0.75 meter. Find the discharge over a rectangular notch of 0.6 meter width. So here L is 0.6 meter, width of notch is 0.6 meter. The head of the notch is 200 mm, that is H value. H value is 200 mm means 0.2 meter. Everything you have to convert to meters. Take CD is equal to 0.62. So CD value he has given 0.62 point of discharge value. Consider velocity of approach and neglect end contraction. See here. So we have to consider the velocity of approach, but we have to neglect end contraction means this formula we have to use. So here I have not considered end contraction. If I consider end contraction, L becomes L minus 0.2h. So that 0.2 is nothing but for the two end contractions. If there are three end contractions, then it will be 0.3h, something like that. So here, since in rectangular notch we have only two end contractions, you have to take L minus 0.2h. Now this is the data. All the data I have written here. L is 0.6, width of the notch meters. Head over the notch is 200 mm or 0.2 meter. CD value 0.62. Width of channel 1 meter. Depth of channel 0.75 meter. So now the area of the channel becomes AC. So AC is nothing but your LC into HC, which is 1 into 0.75, which is 0.75 meter square only. Now what we have to do is, this is the procedure to calculate the discharge considering velocity of approach. What we have to do is, first step, we have to calculate the discharge without considering velocity of approach. If you don't consider the velocity of approach, this is the equation which we have derived. 2 by 3 CD L2 2G into h to the power of 3 by 2. Now substitute all the values. So CD is 0.62, L is 0.6 meters, everything should be in meters. Root 2G into h is 0.2. So h is 400 mm means 0.2 to the power of 3 by 2. If you calculate, you get QA as 0.09825 meter cube per second. This is without considering velocity of approach. Now, once we get the value of QA, calculate the velocity of approach VA, QA by AC. So whatever discharge you have got here divided by area of channel. So area of channel once again it is LC into HC. So Q actually I have got here. So you have, if you simplify you get 0.131 meter per second. That is a very small value, you can see. So water is flowing when it approaches the notch, the velocity of the flow reduces. So that means its value, of course, its value is very small. You can see here 0.131 meter per second. Now, once you get VA value, calculate the value of HA. HA is the head due to velocity of approach. VA square by 2G. So 0.131 square divided by 2 into 9.81 it gives 8.75 to 10 power minus 4 meter, or it can be written as 0.00030 meter. It's a very small number. So it's small number. In meters, of course, you have to get. Now what we have to do is, after getting the value of HA, now we have to use this formula. So we are using the discharge equation 2 times. First without considering velocity of approach, then after getting the value of HA, you have to write the equation considering the velocity of approach. So it becomes 2 by 3 CD L2 2G into H plus HA to the power of 3 by 2 minus HA to the power of 3 by 2. Here everything these terms are same, whereas here we have to add that HA to this HA. So minus HA to the power of 3 by 2. To simplify this, you will get a value 0.09887. Now you can see, you can observe the difference in these two values. So beginning without considering velocity of approach, we have got 0.09825. After considering the velocity of approach, we have got this value, slightly higher value we have got. You can see here 0.9825, 0.9887. Actually, this is more accurate value. So because in practice you have velocity of approach. Neglecting velocity of approach, this is the value. Considering velocity of approach, this is the value. So this is how a problem may be asked considering velocity of approach, if we are asked to find out the discharge, we have to proceed like this. So this end contraction is there only in the case of rectangular channel. In the case of triangular, end contraction is there only in the case of rectangular notch. In triangular notch, the end contraction is not there. So directly you can use the formula in the case of triangular notch.